How's it going, everyone? Today we are taking a look at the Super 7, The Simpsons ULTIMATES Wave 1 Deep Space Homer. Let's get into it. Okay, so we have the outside box for Deep Space Homer. We have the classic Simpsons logo on the cloud background like you see in the beginning of the theme song. On the back, we have Deep Space Homer in his NASA outfit, and it's a nice slipcover. There we go, that's our figure. You can see everything he's packed out with. I'm very excited to get into this. Top, we have the Super 7 Ultimates logo, nothing on the sides here. And on the very back, you have the classic image of Homer eating levitating ruffled chips in space. Seems like this is the theme that they're going with for Ultimate Simpsons, the character and the episode that they're from. So Deep Space Homer appeared in the episode called Deep Space Homer, Season 5, Episode 15. You're new here to the channel. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around. Growing up, I've been a huge Simpsons fan. The years with Conan O'Brien on the writing staff is probably some of my favorites. Watched for about maybe till like season 15, 17. And then it kind of got a little ridiculous. I don't know if I got tired of the humor or other shows. Started getting my interest, so I'm not really up to date on the current stuff. But knowing that Super 7 was making this line with some of these classic characters, I've never been more excited for a toy line. So first off, Super 7 was very nice to send over Wave 1 samples as a review. And honestly, thank you so much if you're watching. That means a lot because I'm a huge fan of The Simpsons, and to have these, whether it's early or late, like just to have them in a new Simpsons line, like this is incredible. So shout outs to Super 7. Here's the tray. Homer comes with one tray, one accessory in the back. That's the ant colony that comes in the back. Don't show my wife that because she's not into bugs. Well, let's get everything out first. Thank you so much for watching the video. We recently hit 4,000 subs here on the channel, so we are on the road to 5K. If you could do me a favor, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you know when new videos go up. And leave a comment down below. Which Homer outfit is your favorite that you would want to see in action figure form? All right, now let's get back to the toy. Oh my God. No way. No way. Okay, so that's everything out of the box. Homer. We are going to look at the articulation, the sculpt of the figure, the details, and also the accessories. I'm really excited about the accessories because they just come with stuff that call back to the episode, to the characters, and they're like little inside jokes. And what's better than bringing up old Simpsons scenes and jokes that you love, right? So we have the ant colony. It's this clear plastic with the little black dots inside. That's awesome. They wanted to see if ants would be able to sort screws in space. A bag of potato chips that Homer smuggled aboard. Again, accessories are so fun because I just picture whoever's designing these or researching, just watching countless episodes of The Simpsons and finding the jokes and the props that are like, oh, this should be a good prop or accessory for the figure. There are also little dimples here on the top of the bag. I'm assuming those will fit into one of the open hands that Homer comes with. And he also comes with the inanimate carbon rod, and rod we trust. And to recreate the image on the back of the Homer box, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 individual ruffled chips. That is insane. That's crazy. So much fun. Homer comes with 2 fist hands on the figure, 2 tight gripping hands right here, and then 2 slightly open gripping hands. And for the portraits, we have the swappable wide open mouth. Look at the sculpt on this. Like, Simpsons animation and cartoon is, I think, right in Super 7's wheelhouse. It's so nice. You'd think translating from a 2D cartoon to a 3-dimensional sculpt, something might change, but this absolutely captures what The Simpsons is. And, you know, like, look at that. That's so cool. Paint is clean on mine. The hair on top is a little soft plastic, so you don't have to worry about hard plastic falling apart if you press down on it by accident. So that's one, and that goes into a peg like this at the bottom. The second head out of the package has the Homer's ooh look. This is so much fun. And I know people would look at this costume and be like, why would you do in-space Homer first? Why wouldn't you do the classic white t-shirt and blue pants, blue jeans look? And I get that. I would want one too. Hopefully that comes eventually. That would only make sense. But I know Super7, doesn't always make the most obvious one or the most common thing. They're going to try and do something a little bit different. Maybe sometimes it's a toy that you didn't get a chance to get before, or you don't have a chance to get now. So maybe that's why they go with these. Homer has so many costume changes over the seasons that it's like, how can you choose one? But this is a fantastic choice. A hilarious episode. If you don't remember, the NASA, I was gonna say live streams because it's 2023, but the NASA programming on TV was getting really low ratings, and then Homer happened to call in to complain about how boring it was to NASA, and they're like, how did you get this number? So they decided they want, average Joes, average Americans to be astronauts. Nobody wants to see the scientists and the mathematicians that are accomplished and this and that. So they decide between Homer and Barney. Rewatch the episode because it's really funny how, all the things they go through, and it ends up being Homer. Just a great episode. This is the figure right here with the dome. Homer is over 7 inches tall. This is one of the things that I was curious about. It does have the NASA logo here on the shoulder, just like in the episode. A badge here, the USA flag, and this looks like Homer in the episode. This is so cool. All right, so let's see how this helmet comes off. Oh, okay. So you just pull it up a little bit. I gave it a little twist just to loosen it, but it just comes straight out. There's no grooves or hinges or anything in here. It just, I think, pops straight in, and it's a nice domed helmet. Inside, Homer comes with the regular face. So I mentioned the thing about the choice of the costume, and I previously did an interview with Josh, who I believe is the VP of design at Super7, regarding these costume changes. But also the important thing is, when you eventually get the regular Homer down the line, I asked, would these heads be swappable so that you can use plain Homer face, the chip eating Homer, and the ooh Homer? And Josh was like, he didn't reveal, that there are definitely more Homers coming and this and that, but he mentioned that it's something that he would keep in mind, obviously, for the future, for compatibility throughout the line. So he's got a little plastic car accident neck brace thing here between the suit and the head sculpt, so I'm assuming I'm going to take this off to get it out. I'll probably go with this, but let's look at the articulation. This is a straight peg in here. Again, he's not going to be looking up and down because of the restrictions of the spacesuit, so this is a straight peg. It doesn't rotate, it doesn't toggle, move in any direction, so don't try to force it. It's just going to be straight up and down. So here is your shoulder articulation, right? Oh, these joints are tight, so again, maybe try a hair dryer or something warm first before you handle these if you have them in the cold. Much like Poochie, there's not much range here. First of all, if you go up here on the left side, the NASA badge is blocking the shoulder from going any more into the body. So that's basically all the range here for Homer. I guess that's okay because he's in a spacesuit. We'll see if there's any poses that I want to hit later on. It does come out enough, so you can do this. We also have these single jointed elbows. It does rotate there, but that's about as far as it goes. And of course, the swappable hands, we can do some of that later. There's a nice silver paint here on the front for the zipper. You can see the paint on that is very clean. There is the upper abdominal. Looks like it's on a ball peg on the inside. He is a portly fellow, so I don't know what kind of range he can do in the cartoon, but he does that. In terms of crunch with that ball joint, it's not much, just forward that way. I wouldn't even call that a crunch. It's on a ball peg, there's no crunch. For the legs, you can see they're on that bar right there. So there's a little bit of movement with the ball joint going into the leg, but range-wise, front, you can get them in some walking poses. And back, you can go that far back. This is the articulation for the knee joint, single jointed knee joint. And if we look from the back, we can see that it has that much travel distance. Back here, the ankles can go, you can see the range here for the ankles. So it can go that far up, not very far back. And then it rotates. It doesn't really have a side to side, it just turns from the ankle joint here under the suit, at the cuff of the suit, which is cool. I know they try to mask as much articulation points as possible based on the form factor or the character design. All right, we're gonna test out some of these accessories here. In terms of the build quality of the figure, none of these joints feel loose to me. I know there are concerns about the quality of some Super 7 Ultimates. These don't seem like any of the, I know like some of the Ninja Turtles might have had loose joints. Neither Poochie or Homer have that kind of feeling. Like, look, these are tight. If I hold it by the belly, his legs aren't going nuts. He can stand, he can do different poses. He's not falling over. Like, I'm shaking the table right now. He's nice and sturdy, so the quality on this figure is awesome, just like Poochie. So I've gone ahead and swapped out two hands. On the right arm, I've swapped the tighter C-grip hand so that he can hold the inanimate carbon rod. The fact that this gag was the opening joke and the final part of the episode, it just brought it together so nicely. And it's like, if you're making this toy, you're like, well, you gotta make the rod, right? That's the easiest one. It's just a cylinder. So it's here in the set. On the left hand, we have him holding the bag of potato chips. And this is just incredible. This head sculpt, while it's the static face, you know, I'm gonna go for a little more animated look. Oh my God, I just noticed this when I took the head off. If you turn it around on the regular face, it has the writing for insert brain here. And it's, if you haven't seen the episode, or if you don't remember, go back and watch it. I can't believe this is here. Oh my God, I almost missed it. No freaking way. Better check all the other ones. Okay, all the other ones, they're good. It's just the plain head. Some of these other heads are, I think the bottom of the head seems slightly smaller, or maybe there's a little bit of paint there. So I would probably warm these up first before you force them into the ball peg, because this is a straight peg that is either glued in there or protruding there from underneath as a single piece. I'm not sure, so I don't want to snap that. I went upstairs, I used a hair dryer, and I warmed up the base of the Face Homer, and I also warmed up the peg a little bit, and that honestly made the head swap much easier. I felt more comfortable doing it. Maybe I can get him to use the tighter grip hands to hold a potato chip. Yes, that's so good. Are you serious? There's actually ruffles sculpted into the chips. And, oh my God, are you kidding me? Before I forget, you can still order these figures from Super7.com, or if you're in Canada, you can order from friend of the channel, eCollectibles. That's ecollectibles.ca, and save 5% off your order with code toyingaround. Now, I forgot to do some of these comparisons on my last video, the one for Poochie. First of all, please go watch it after this. But here are some comparisons that I think would make sense, or maybe you'd be interested in. This one doesn't really make sense, but it's also Simpsons. It is the Reaction McBain. And this is a comic shop guy from the older Simpsons line. I think it's Playmates. He has the, you know, you can put him in the playset. But that's the size compared to a Ultimates Simpsons character. This one is in terrible shape. I don't mean, like, I'm not body shaming him. I mean, like, the colors have faded on it. A lot of paint has scuffed off, so I'm excited to have new, updated Simpsons toys. Again, I'm not body shaming him. Poor choice of words. But if they make an updated comic shop guy in Ultimates, that is an instant, like, must-have. Seeing these together is so exciting, and you think about the rest of the figures that are coming out. My personal favorites, Krusty the Clown, Hank Scorpio, The list goes on. I said it in the Poochie video, it's just little characters that came from the show that are on display now. So once these go on my shelf, like, it's gonna look so good. Of course, these are available from Super7 and also ecollectibles.ca. You don't want to miss out on them, just like the time that I missed out on Mr. T at the mall. The entire day I kept saying, I'll go a little later. If you had as much fun watching this video as I did reviewing this figure and remembering all the jokes, please go ahead, help me out, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you'll be updated when the videos for the rest of this wave come out. There's no harm in you doing that. The only danger is if they send us to that terrible Planet of the Apes. Wait a minute. Statue of Liberty. That was our planet!